Welcome. It's Friday of your life. You guys ready for Friday of your life? I love in our Hardcore Leadership Program, we say today is a much bigger day. Today is a much bigger day. Wouldn't it be cool if we lived our whole life that way? Where we got up in the morning, we're like, today's going to be a much bigger day than yesterday. Who would love to live like that? Right? When I'm in the context of the training room, I hear that all the time. And then I hear it on our Zooms. But it's like this morning I went and I worked out. And I have this great workout trainer. And I actually did a live on this because where's an area in your life you're settling right now? Somebody go in the chat and tell me, where's an area in your life you're settling for? Right? Or you're tolerating yourself, or you're tolerating somebody else. Where's an area of your life you're tolerating? Come on, go in the chat, go in the comment section and tell me. So for me, it was my workouts. And because I dialed in my nutrition so well, I've been skinny fat. Do you know what I mean? My weight's been great, my clothes fit great, but I haven't been strong. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been strong. Any of you guys watched me go through the oxygen baths in California? A couple of the oxygen baths in California. Now everybody's gonna ask me, what's the oxygen baths? The best thing you could do for your health, period, hands down. But I was going to these oxygen baths and they scan your body. And even, I don't know if you know Peter Diamandis, but a friend of ours spent $50,000 going through a full scan protocol with Peter Diamandis, who's on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence and of health. This machine caught more and repaired it than all of that protocol. So I share this with you because it's like you want to stay in the cutting edge. You want to. I heard Stormy Wellington say this the other day, which I totally agree with. And she said, "Make a seat for yourself at the table." Right? And it's like I say this because there's cutting it. There are people in this world that are healing cancer like this. There's people in this world that are getting pregnant. I just talked to a doctor yesterday. His last patient got pregnant at 51. She has a 2-year-old baby right now. No donor egg, no any of that. She started at 48. Okay, so I share this with you because, and by the way, he's got tons of stories like that. And it takes about 2 months to get your egg quality back up like that. But then you talk to other fertility doctors, it's it takes 6 months. I talk to other ones, it takes 4 months. And then you go to the regular doctor or the IVF doctor and they say, or a regular doctor, and they say you're too old. Isn't it wild depending on who's sitting at your table? You guys follow me here? It's wild what your interpretation or experience of life is sitting at the table. So I start with this message because you're tolerating or you're accepting information about growing a business, right? You're accepting information about growing a business that has become your reality. And on Stand On Demand, the biggest thing that we are really focusing on trying to do is getting people to think beyond what other people are saying. So I always say there's always a solution. I don't quit anything in my life. There's always a solution, right? There's always a solution. I've had 4 miscarriages. I've had a chemical pregnancy. I'm like, there's always a solution. Yes, I could adopt. Yes, I could do a surrogate. Yes, I could do a donor egg. Yes, I could work with the doctor yesterday, which I just started working with, right? Or I could have given up 5 years ago. Did you guys hear this? For 5 years, I have pretty much eaten so clean, not drank coffee, not drank alcohol for I can't even tell you how long. Do you know how boring my life has been? I've had to find other ways to have some fun. Come on, you guys, right? And then some of you guys are going, I'm gonna go on a diet and lose some weight. And then when I get to that weight, I'm gonna go off the diet because I've done well. What happens to your diet? What happens to your body? I've done well. I lost 25 pounds. I've done well. I'm just gonna start eating the way I ate before, right? And what happens is now you gain the weight back up. This is like money. Money is like this, okay? Who is this resonating with? Put me in the comment section, right? Really, truly, if this is resonating with you, put me in the comment section. So I want you to look, don't just listen to me and get off this live and do nothing. Who's been doing homework the last week and a half with me, you've been applying what we've been doing. Any of you guys gotten some results in the last week and a half? Any of the Shanda on Demand you've been watching, anybody get some results? What are the results? Some of you guys go in the comments and tell me, just take a moment and tell me what the results you've been getting. You know why this is so important? People are watching you. People are reading the comments right now, and they're breaking their realities of what's possible because of you. There's a reciprocity that comes from that, by the way. Call it a blessing from heaven, whether you're a believer or not. God uses even unbelievers. My point is that when you get out there and you share and you break people's realities, you're going to a new vibration, a new frequency, a new level. You guys get what I'm saying? So somebody said, I enrolled a client. Somebody said, I unlocked my emotions. Somebody said, my confidence in networking events and promoting 3 different ideas. I didn't give up on myself, Suzanne said. Holly Donahue said, yes, being more aware of where I am stopping and not moving quickly, working on hiring because I know I'm in the weeds too often and I get to be more global. So good. Do you think that's going to expand her reach as a doctor? Yes. I just happen to know she's one. Learning, I got an enrollment call. Healthy people, happy people said. Elizabeth, people are popping into my life. Multiple meetings are being booked. I'm putting out multiple offers. Is this awesome? Right? So as you're reading these comments, you should be reading the comments like I'm doing right now. Because as you're reading the comments like I'm doing, you're like, as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I haven't even like coached you. Do you know what I mean? Like I've coached you on Shanda on Demand, but you've had to use your discipline to be able to create those results. And the truth is that discipline is not reliable when you have high emotions. So like literally, I'm not kidding you. I'm doing a hire right now, and I'm like, when I realize somebody can do the job and I'm starting to think about hiring them, I have learned this through trial and error, because I will baby someone because I have a heart to serve. Anybody else like that? Anybody else like that? You guys, like, you will turn yourself inside out to take pressure off people because you can hold a lot, right? And so do you know what the number one thing that I start asking? I don't say, are you emotional? Because they won't really tell me that. I start asking them about problems in their life. I start asking them about problems in their last career. I start asking them about problems in the company they're employed with right now. And what am I looking for? Drama. And drama looks like a freaking excuse. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like when they start talking about their employer or their husband or their mom, or I had a coworker that drove me crazy and made it impossible to do my job, all that tells me is that is somebody who can't lead up. And it doesn't matter if you re-put that person in my company, they won't lead up either. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Yes. So I share this with you because discipline is critical for applying what I'm going to teach today. And discipline is unreliable when you're emotional. Everybody should write that down. When you're emotional, so when you justify the trigger, the crying, the middle of the living room floor in the fetal position, not saying I've never been there. Everybody has. Everybody's been there, right? So I'm not saying I've never been there. I'm saying, like, how often do you go there? And if it's like once a year because your dog got hit by a car, but if it's because like you had an argument with your spouse, or pressure's too high in your company and you're trying to sell and nobody's buying, if it's because money's getting tight and you're going to flip out, I'm telling you that will kill your discipline because you're way too emotional. So I always say money loves speed. Everybody should put hashtag money loves speed, right? Hashtag money loves speed. The reason why money loves speed is you can make a decision fast. You process fast. Now, if you can just get that from me, then you like put it up on the wall, process fast, money loves speed, process fast, money loves speed. And you find yourself in a decision-making moment, which you are going to find yourself in multiple times a day. Watch how you decide. Do I go to the gym or do I not go to the gym? Maybe I should go to the gym later. Should I eat that at the restaurant? Do I want to have a salmon salad, or do I want to have a burger? I just don't know what I want right now. can you give me a few minutes and come back? That's emotional. And that indecisiveness will cancel out discipline. Okay, so this is why you must have goals. I don't have my regular agenda right now that I use, and it is completely screwing up my flow. And so I share that with you because I know somebody needs to hear that it is okay to be out of your rhythm and course correct and get on it, right? So I'm operating off like sheets of paper that I'm restructuring my day from. It doesn't work, right? And it's because I'm waiting for my agendas to get sent here. That helped me prioritize. Why? Daily targets are critical. And if you don't have those daily targets, and today we're going to talk about a daily target, even a weekend target of making some money. And the 5 steps that I use that just took me from spinning to prosperity, from spinning to success, from self-doubt to security, right? And who wants that in your life right now? Who wants a little bit of security? Your security is going to come from your emotions. Otherwise, you'll go through your whole life justifying why you quit. And so this is why you guys who did jump into our leadership program, you should get 1 or 2 people in your immediate ecosystem that you spend time with to do it. And if you've done leadership and you've been out for a little while, you might want to come back and staff in the next year. I say that to my private clients. They'll go for a couple of years really strong, and their life goes from here to here, big time. Right? But then they'll get stuck here. Well, why are they stuck? A leadership problem. They're either scared of the next jump, they're insecure of the next jump, they have a new relationship in their life that they don't know how to manage in a way that works. Who am I talking to right now? Right? Who am I talking to right now? Right? No, baby, there's not. Here, take this. But I'm on a live, so I'm on Shand on Demand, okay? You want to say hi real quick? No. Hey, you want to say hi real quick?
Hi, guys.
Say hi.
Hi.
He's obsessed with Ronaldo. He watched the World Cup, and now he's like, Ronaldo, the soccer player. So it's been 4 days. He's been wearing that outfit for 4 days. Like, I washed it in the middle of the night and then put it back out. Okay, I know my parents appreciate that. So that's the stage I'm in right now. And so, okay, so I'm going to give you my 5-step process, but if you need money, I actually recommend you don't wait till tomorrow to apply this, which means you're going to have to figure out your how to connect with people, right? So yesterday I said, if you don't have an email list of 10,000 or more, write the word list in the comment section. If you do that, I've literally got a little AI, artificial intelligence, that we wrote a little note that will send you a message, right? So if you put the word list in the comment section, then it will. Now, if you're on YouTube, I don't think we have it set up on YouTube, right? So you're going to have to go to either Facebook or Instagram on this live and go put the word list. I'm telling you, y'all need to figure out how to find your people. Because right now, if I sent my virtual assistant a message and said, hey, send out this message. Like, how many of you guys would love it if I sent you an opportunity to coach with one of my business coaches? Put B if you'd like a business coach. Put B if you'd love a business coach. If I gave it to you, right? If I gave you this session, right? So now imagine if I could sit here doing right before this live, and I went to my virtual assistant and I said, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to open up 5 of my coaches, go to my coaching director and say, Jess, open up like 25 spots. Then I could say, hey, I got 25 spots available to coach. My gift to you with a business strategist. Just make sure you show up. I hate people who don't show up. Sorry to say the word hate you, but it is so irritating when people don't show up, because I'm like, have some integrity with your word. I say that to my son all the time, right? You got to have integrity with your word. You got to do what you say you're going to do. That's like 101. So imagine if I could send a little message, either text or email. Do you think that if I had 1,000 people on my email list that 25 would book? Absolutely. What happens in that moment? We build rapport. Connection is currency. Everybody write that down. Connection is currency. So when I teach you this 5-step process, which I'm going to do in 2 seconds, when I teach it to you, if you have no connection with people, if you can't connect with people, then this is a waste of time. Same with creating a course, same with creating a book, like all of it's a waste of time if you don't have an ability to on prompt, meaning that while you're sitting here with me right now, be able to send something out, right? So write connection is currency, circle the word connection. On your agenda, every day you need to be able to connect with people. It needs to be your personal stretch so you have it. Okay. So if you do need a coaching session, you're not in our Meant to Be Live program, I want you to stay with your coaching departments and Meant to Be Live. If you need a coach, Suzanne, what is our URL for a coach? I think we had 15 spots. Like we didn't have a lot. So you're going to have to jump on this. hcbcoach.com. Go to hcbcoach.com. Thanks, Fadi. Go to, are you putting it up? Oh, eCam, sorry about that. Go to hcbcoach.com. I think I have 15 spots available. It's not a lot, but for 15 people that will help, right? If you're not meant to be live, grab that. If you're meant to be live, I'd like you to go in your Facebook group and just put coach me and just ask your question. Okay, got it, guys? If you're meant to be live, go in the Facebook, put coach me and then ask your question. If you're not in our programs, Friday, this is Friday, we're done today until Monday. And so if you want to learn how to role play what I'm about to teach, or you want to get more secure in your offer, or you want to know how to build a list, the list is going to cost you some money, but not a lot, $50 right now, right? If you can't stop drinking Starbucks for a month and invest $50 in building your list, I don't know what to tell you. You should just go out of business, right? You should just go out of business, go get a job because you're kidding yourself, right? But hcbcoach.com, I'm sure the 15 spots are probably gone at this point, but if they're not, go log on to that, grab it. Fadi's going to take this off now. Fadi, go ahead and take this off. And here's the 5 steps. So I want you to write this down. This saved my life from spinning, okay? I couldn't figure out how many of you guys need to get consistent in leading a conversation, right? Like maybe Nicole, some people you feel comfortable with, and you're able to really be yourself. And when you talk to them, they enroll. But then there's other people you come up against, like who are the people who hate controllers? Like you get stuck with the really strong people. Put the word strong in the comment section. Put the word strong in the comment section. If you hit a wall when you get a really strong person, put the word strong in the comment section. Okay, so when I share this with you, you need to know this. If you have a controller, which is a strong person, you cannot push them because they will get so irritated with you. They'll just not buy because you drive them nuts, right? Like, am I right, controllers? Am I right or am I right? Like when someone pushes you, you're like, unless you give them permission, like work me out in the gym, but if somebody pushes you, you're like, get off me. Like I'm not gonna buy from you because you just irritate me, go away, right? And so a controller needs you to really listen, and it needs to be a smart decision. Write that down. It needs to be a smart decision, okay? A supporter needs you to give them more emotion. Someone who's a bit of a doormat with love, or they do everything for the kids and never for themselves, and they wear this badge of honor with it, right? That doesn't work. But supporters are amazing listeners. And if you make sense and you appeal to their emotions, and it feels like a good move for them, they're going in, assuming they want that product. If you are dealing with analyzers, you must appeal to their logic. If you're working with a man, you need to use the word think. If you're working with a woman, you need to use the word feel like or feel. No matter what they identify as, you're going to see that. It's like men, they think. Like you listen to them all. They'll say words like think all the time, where women will often say things like, I just didn't feel like it was the right move. Am I right? listen to it. So you need to mirror their language, okay? Now, if you're dealing with, and this is, you're going to get good at this so that it's service. Can you guys see how this is compassionate? Because if you can't connect, connection is currency. If you can't connect, then you can't lead somebody. So what I often see is a controller or a controlling analyzer. They just like, let's go, right? Like, let's go, like, come on, like, you're kidding yourself. Like they convince, and you cannot do that. You cannot do that with a really strong analyzer, or like you could do that with a promoter, but a controller can't do that with a controller. So basically those people can enroll promoters. Promoters are people who are really excited all the time, but you need to know that promoters almost never hit their targets until they do our leadership program and they learn how to style flex, which I'm teaching you a bit in here. How many of you guys, I said this thought, I'm going to save it, put myself a little note, style flex. I have a training called Style Flex Selling. How many of you guys would love Style Flex Selling? Right? Put Style Flex in the comment section. If you would love the Style Flex training, it's like 4 hours. It's so freaking good. I don't train it. Our head trainer at Hardcore Leadership and my husband train it. And it's an incredible training for 4 hours. Like, talk about becoming masterful. It makes so much sense. So it's not like you trying to run a script that doesn't feel like you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like trying to run a script that doesn't sound like you or feel like you, or you have to get somebody, or like it's actually just super compassionate and giving about looking at what is the personality quadrant you're talking to. And by the way, everybody is two. There are two personality quadrants. One's dominant. Okay. Now, when you get good at leadership, you can style flex into all of them. So when you see somebody who's got superpowers, you'll see they style flex. Whether they were raised in a household that the parents did that, right, and they learned it right off the bat, whatever happened, like controllers often had to control their space as a child to create some level of certainty. Whether they had a really aggressive parent, or they had trauma, or they had abuse, right? Like, I was abused. When I was a little girl, my mom's boyfriend used to hit me. He used to tie my hands behind my back, make me sleep with my face in a pillow. And when I'd lift my head, he'd hit my head in the back of my head so I had to sleep. Have you ever put your face in a pillow? It's hot, right? Like, I remember I used to shake because I didn't know if he was still behind me or not, if he was still sitting in the room or not. And just absolute anger from this man, right? And so you could imagine I learned how to manipulate my space because I couldn't tell him I was full for my dinner. I would just look at my mom and go, and she'd go, "Are you full, baby?" And I'd be like, and I could see his eyes going like this beside me. Anybody else have stories like that when you're a kid? Some version of that? Yes or no? Yeah. So when you have moments like that, you start to develop a personality. Do you get what I'm saying? Personality quadrants. You start to develop a personality, and you get dominant in a certain personality. And so the personality tests out there that tell you this is who you are and that's it, they are wrong. Because you can style flex and learn how to actually be the different quadrants. And so the power of that when it comes to you selling, which let's just put AKA making a difference for someone. Because if you've got somebody in your life that's super overweight, that you know is going to die of heart conditions, if you don't enroll them to get on a health plan and stay on it, if you can't land your communication, that's selling. It's enrollment, whatever you want to call it. You got to get masterful at it, because otherwise your leadership completely falls flat. You cannot anymore just tolerate this. Well, they just never listen to me. Like, that is such a cop-out, you know? So if you're doing that in your life with somebody you love right now, stop it. Get masterful at leadership, because everything is a sales process, and leadership is sales. Sales is leadership in the essence of, can you speak to someone and move them forward? Can you speak to yourself and move yourself forward? Can you manage your mind so you stop blaming other people for your lack of happiness or lack of results? Can you stay engaged when you feel like taking a break? right? Can you stay committed to following it all the through, even when you've lost your passion? If you think I'm lying, go look at the most successful people, right? Look at Sarah Blakely. Think she felt like working a full-time job and working till midnight, selling Spanx? Do you think that Bedros Kaluni ever wanted to create a franchise on Fit Body Bootcamp? Nope. When he became a franchise, all of a sudden now he's got an auditor literally auditing every single thing that they do constantly, because franchises are tough to run. He's like, I never signed up for this. I never wanted this. I thought I was doing a coaching program and then a certification program. And they got so good at it, got so big, it ended up becoming a franchise by accident. And he got regulated. You know, he hated that business for a while. And he had to find his new leadership in it to go, how do I take this? How do I like take this and move it somewhere? And then he got the vision, I'm going to grow this thing and I'm going to exit. And in the process, he developed something called, he wrote the book Man Up. If you have a man in your life, they should all read Man Up. It's leadership. It's a great book, Man Up. It's literally leadership. And now he's going to the boys. You know why? Because he says men have gotten too soft. They're not taking care of their women. They're not opening the door. They're not manning up and stepping up and contributing. Why is that happening? Women's movements, indoctrinating on women's independence, women not needing a man, you know, all of this stuff. Now, obviously there's micro movements within micro movements. There's new movements happening today, right? But my point is you have generations of movements that push through our history, and they change everything. World War II, the Industrial Revolution. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, these things shift the culture, and there's certain leaders in the world that stand up and say, you know what? This is not right. I'm going to shift this. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Are you a leader in your industry right now? Yes or no? What industry is it? Where are you willing to step out on the edge? Because this 5-step process does you nothing if you don't have a point. If you don't have a flag that you're putting on some top of the mountain, you are sucking from society versus leading it. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like, do you have a flag? And some of you guys have a flag. You just haven't been willing to talk about it enough. And that will kill your sales. So here's the 5-step process that I use. Write this down on a piece of paper. This is an I. This is an SOLVE. You're gonna have to watch this a few times because I've trained this many times. Haven't trained it for quite some time, but I've trained this many times, and I'll show you where people get stuck. So step 1 is you have to, I understand, am I dealing with a promoter, or am I dealing with a controller, or am I dealing with someone who can't make a decision because I'm an analyzer? Analyzers like to think about things, you know, narrow them down to what are your 2 best choices. Then you gotta style flex them into a controller to make a decision. That's the driver. Everybody can do it. Am I dealing with the supporter? It's like, you know, I really want to do this, but I gotta ask my husband for permission. I gotta make sure my kids are gonna be okay. Like, what type of role model are you giving your kids? Do you know what I mean? Like, they do what you do, not what you say, right? So great, you're teaching them compassion, but how about teaching them some leadership on drive, right? Oh, that's not me. Well, it better be you, because there's 1 or 2 parents, depending on what's going on in the kid's life right now, and they get their leadership from watching you. Or somebody else is going to step in, and you hope to God that that's a healthy person. That's how kids end up in gangs. That's how kids end up in bad situations. A community will adopt your child and indoctrinate them in a lifestyle. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes? Which one do you want them to be indoctrinated in? That's your value system, right? So you need to know who you're dealing with first in the quadrant: supporter, analyzer, controller, promoter, okay? I is, what's their inspiration? So say I'm at an event tonight, which I will be in San Juan, and I don't go around the table or just have conversations where I'm talking about me, ever. I want to know about other people. So I often say things like, what would make, if my husband was here, he'd start to laugh, right? I do it all the time. Like, all right, I have a question for everybody at the table. What would make 2023, and you guys can answer this right now because I love this question. What would make 2023 one of the best years of your life? Like if you're at the end of this year, you're in December, you're looking back, and everybody should type this in the comment section. And if you're on the hardcore team, you should actually go literally write on a piece of paper and type it in our Slack, right? What would make 2023 your best year? You're standing in December, you're looking back, you're like, that happened and that happened. What are the one or two things, not the list of 10? Okay, so the list of 10 is awesome if you're somebody who hits your targets all the time. You have a team of people in your life that help you. So like, if I don't have somebody cooking for me, cleaning for me, doing my laundry and helping me, like get groceries, then I have less targets. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because I need to have less targets because that means I'm doing those things in a day. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes. This is why hiring team is really important. Okay. So when you look back on 2023, so I see somebody says $100,000 and I got married. I love that. Hiring team. Cassandra, can you stop posting in here with love, sweetheart? My business takes off and I hit my earning goals. So good. $1 million, I think it says. And rolling in clients. What does rolling in clients mean? If it can't be measured, then it's not a goal. It has to be specific. So like rolling in clients could mean so many different things. Some people it's 10 people, some people it's 10,000 people, right? If it can't be measured, then nobody knows, there's no way to tell if you hit success or not. Starting a family, $1 million gross, awesome. Travel. Helping others, Frank, too general. Where are you traveling to? Like, if I pick travel, the one place I would love to go is I want to go to Italy, to the Amalfi Coast. And I have this vision of my husband being in the best shape ever, me being in the best shape ever, which I'm working on right now. I got my trainer, right? And my husband's, he's Persian, so wearing like white linen shirt, white linen pants, some brown flip-flops. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's it. Like that does it for me. I'm like, I got my husband, he's in great shape, I'm in great shape, I'm in the Amalfi Coast, I'm in Italy. Like that would feel like a cha-ching, like great. And now I could even be more specific than that. Who's with me? Maybe it's just him and I, or maybe we have other couples. We'd love to travel with other couples, right? Somebody's like, I love the Amalfi Coast, right? So specific, because specific matters. It's what motivates your discipline. Okay. So when I'm talking to someone, whether it's in a general dinner like tonight, I'm going to ask that question because now, once I know what that is, I ask them, why is that important to you? And this is the sale right here. Everybody thinks it's the offer, which is your vision for people, but it's not. This is the sale. If you don't do this right and you are too surface, nobody's buying. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes or no? Okay, so this works in relationships. This works, some of you guys are having a hard conversation with someone in your life where you need to have one. Before you can ever get your point across, you need to do this. So it could be, say I'm with Ash, and like, Ash, this is your inspiration, right? Or interest, right? So I say, Ash, what is your, like, what would success look like in our marriage to you? Like, what would be the biggest inspiration to you? If our marriage looked like X, like, what is the thing that stands out to you? See how I'm changing the way I'm going at that inspiration? I'm really kind of expanding it to make sure that my communication lands with the controller, the analyzer, the supporter. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Yes. I don't want to have like chit chat. I'm leading the conversation. So what would a great marriage look like to you? Like if we had this great marriage by the summer, what would that be to you? Like, and he's going to tell me, maybe you don't know what this is. My husband could say sex every day and he'd be fine. Right. And that's probably true for him. Right. I would I'd be like, we go for a walk at the end of every single day. no cell phone, no kids, no anything. Like, to me, that would be the best marriage ever. Why? Because that's what's the priority next. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? This is where people make a big mistake, because you cannot reprioritize someone. Everybody has a priority. What people don't do is they don't think. And I mean that with so much respect. People make really bad decisions and they do it out of emotions. They quit jobs, they start jobs. In our leadership program, we tell people you cannot date each other in the program. And if you're in the program, you cannot separate until you're done the program. Why? Your emotions are high, right? We want to make sure you make proper decisions in your leadership. Doesn't mean you can't be in the program, go find somebody outside the program to fall in love with. Suzanne married her wife in the program, right? Like, it's great. They didn't get married in the program, but that's where they met, right? So I share this with you because it's like, you don't want to make decisions out of emotions, even though people buy from emotions. You want to lead the conversation. This puts them in an emotional state, but it's in their power. So you need to know whether you got to write some notes around this. This is their priority, not yours. And I write this on a piece of paper when I'm selling all the time. Now, obviously it's in my mind, but if I was doing phone sales, I would have this on a piece of paper. And I still would do it today. Why? Because I could get excited about things and start talking, like, because I'll have a vision. Vision is the offer. I'll have a vision for your business much bigger than yours, right? Probably. Not always, but probably. And so if I start talking about my vision, what happens? I could end up way far away from your priority. And if that happens, there is no enrollment. Is this helping you guys? Yes or no? Is this kind of a depth that maybe you're not getting somewhere else, that is starting to go, oh, this is compassionate. This is compassionate, right? This is compassionate. So I want to know what inspires the people at the table. What inspires my husband on a perfect marriage? What inspires you, like, at the end of 2023? What's the most important thing? Notice I'm not like, it doesn't even have to be your business, but it could be. I saw lots of different answers. So if you said it's important for me to get married, well, then I'm going to run your strategy different as a business coach, right? I'm not going to run the same strategy. If it's important for you, like when I wanted to find my husband, I went on 5 dates a week. It took me 90 days to find my husband, of pure focus. Anybody do like a 90-day challenge in your fitness, or 75 hard, any of that type of stuff? It is a big commitment. During that time, I didn't drop my business. I kept that plate going, but it definitely changed my ability to speak or do other things in the evening, because I was dating. My friends would ask me to go out, and I would say, I'm happy to go out with you, but if I get a date, I'm going to cancel our dinner or our coffee or our walk. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just set everybody up to win, because my priority was to find my husband. Is this helping you guys? Yes. So now I need to know, what really is the target why? That why explains that. So a lot of times people say to me, Shanda, I really want to start a membership site. Like, I want to start a membership site. I just have this vision of having all these people on this membership site, and then I have this reoccurring income. I'm like, so why is that important? Well, I really want the reoccurring income. Well, I'm like, okay, what's stopping you from getting that? This is what you must solve. I'm hoping this will simplify sales for the rest of your life. Can you become more ninja from this? 100%. But this can make you millions of dollars, and that is not an income claim. And I don't mean millions of dollars over 10 years. I mean, in a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you just learned this and mastered it over the next 30 to 60 days, I feel confident you'd be in a really good financial position. I can't give you an income claim, obviously, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying, manage your mind. That's leadership, your ability to execute on this for 60 days and become obsessed. Some of you guys can hear me when I say that, and you're going to do it. Who's that person? Right? You're going to do it, but I'll do it. But I'll do it in the comment section. You guys have a level of leadership that if I could coach you, you'd probably become a millionaire. Again, not an income claim, but if you would actually trust me, jump into HCL, which by the way, we're going to close down that offer today. Join hclnow.com. Join hclnow.com. I'm going to close down this offer at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. Okay. You guys who put, I'll do it, you should let me coach you. Because mastering this can create insane amounts of income for you, right? But actually being able to take you past that and do it in volume, for you guys who said, I'll do it, you have a level of leadership that even if you haven't hit your target yet, you have the drive. And that hunger, as the Bible says, the scripture says, that hunger is needed. Some of you guys know that hunger needs to be worked on right now. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Yes? So I need to know what your target is. I need to know why. Because if you tell me you want a membership site and I ask you what's stopping you and you say time or money, well, a membership site is not your right decision, because a membership site takes a good amount of money because there's a high attrition every single month. If you're selling at $97 to $99 or $67 a month, you need to know that you have to sell a lot. I'd rather you have ad spend to go to Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and literally spend ads to be able to fill that program. So what's an alternative? Well, a $250 a month program. If we can sell 50 of those, what is that? If we sell 50 at $250, of course, my thing, okay, here. If we can sell $250 times 50, that's $12,500 a month. Over a year, that's $150,000 a month. That's doable. If you took our list building program, or you have a list and you do a list build, even if you build 1,000 or 2,000 people on a list build, do you think 50 people would be willing to buy a $250 product? Yes or no? Let me know. Wake up, guys. Yes or no? Do you think if you built a list of 1,000 to 2,000 people that you would have 50 people that would be interested in investing $250 a month? Absolutely. Even if they're a single mom. Absolutely. If it's a priority, they're going for it, which is why, if you haven't been listening to Shand on Demand, I talked about messaging the last couple of weeks. I mean, I've given you guys a crash course on how to grow a business, how to actually cast vision before you make an offer. That was this week, right? Somebody go in the comment section. When did I talk about casting vision? Was it yesterday or day before? I think it was day before, right? Or was it yesterday? What was it? Because if you didn't watch it yesterday, it was yesterday. If you didn't watch it, you need to watch it. Because before I'm like completely going into this offer, I want to transition with setting vision. Okay, so watch yesterday's and just study them. They're online for you guys, right? Just study it. I know you won't like get it all, but if you do it, you're going to get some experience with it. And they go, oh, right? So what's stopping you? People are going to give 1 to 2 answers. So who's struggling a little bit with sales, put sales in the comment section. Who's struggling a little bit with sales, put sales in the comment section. Do you know your close ratio? Like, have you actually done the math? Like, if I talk to 10 people, 1 person buys. Have you guys done I want you to do that. Over the next week and even the weekend, what I'd like you to do is I want you to obsess. Now, I know some people don't want to work over the weekend, but we're in a recession, guys. What if you could have $200,000 by the summer? For some of you guys who are going to go for $1 million year, what if we could do that by the summer? That's all your discipline and leadership. If you got a discipline breakdown, you got a leadership breakdown. You got a follow through problem like I used to. I used to be a great starter. I was the worst finisher. The worst. Why? I was such a promoter. I didn't know promoters didn't follow through. All I knew is I didn't follow through. You follow me right now? And so I had to shift that, right? So take your year-long goal. I love it, Heidi. Take your year-long goal, and I want you to cut it to August. Whatever your year-long goal is, let's do it by August. You guys ready for that? You'll have to be coming to Shand on Demands. Some of you guys need a security blanket and need to get into HCL. No joke. I've put everybody on my family. We pay for our team to go through it. There's a reason for that. That program is 4 months of your life. We literally pay for our team to go through it. In other words, we don't charge them and we still pay them as if they were in the office. Why? Because it's that important. The productivity is night and day around somebody, especially if you're hungry. If you're already a high performer and you do something like HCL, you're like, move out of the way. If you are a drama king or queen, you're going to move up where you've got some normalcy and ability to create some good, decent results in your life. If you're somebody who's a powerhouse, you're gonna break the chains, right? Like we have a woman that literally, who is a controller, went and wrote an email, and I think she did $130,000 off one email. And it was literally teaching her how to be vulnerable in the email. That's all it was. It was right out of the leadership program. Like right out of the leadership program. How many of you guys know you're too tough? Right? You need to style flex into more vulnerability, but not weakness. I don't mean like telling all your problems. I mean about standing in a place of responsibility that when you tell a story, it transforms other people, not just lets people hear your story. You guys ever been in a conversation with someone that you're like, could you please stop talking about yourself? Any of you? Yes or no? Any of you? Come on. Any of you guys, you've ever been like, sit in front of someone, you're like, by the way, my vegans, you do this all the time. You shove it down our throat that we need to not be eating meat when we never asked you for the advice. With love, I do vegan a lot. I do vegan, and I bring meat in here and there. So, but I'm telling you, vegans are the worst. Same with some of my functional medicine doctors. You guys who understand about health, I swear, you really need to learn how to style flex, because you need to find out what people's goals are, what their inspiration, what's stopping them. And then here's where you start to give your opinion. What often happens is you guys start giving opinions before, is that how you spell opinion, Suzanne? Is that how you spell opinion? Did I just spell that wrong? Did I spell that wrong, guys? I love being, no, I did it right. I did it right. My dyslexia, my bad spelling didn't get me this time. See, I look at that and I'm like, that's spelled wrong. You can be totally imperfect. You can be totally vulnerable. You don't have to have it all together. And you can build an 8-figure, 9-figure, whatever figure company you want. But you got to have the leadership to falter. You got to have the discipline. And you know it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The thing is if you still don't have it, why are you wasting any more time? You guys see what I'm saying? Okay. What is it that they want? Why do they want it? 1 to 2 things they're going to tell you when you say, what's stopping you from getting that? Now there's tension in this. Remember the other day, you guys, when I said, when you make an offer, you got to hold the tension together, right? There's tension in this. So Holly, if I'm talking, I'm like, Holly, what is your number one most important thing that you really want to see your business do in 2023? She said, shit, I really want to see like my practice, my doctor's practice. I want to mirror my income in my doctor's practice, my brick and mortar online. Okay, so how much is that? She goes, oh, it's X amount, it's $500,000. Great, so you want to do $500,000. See, I'll repeat this. I want to make sure I'm clear. We teach this in leadership, by the way. Don't just assume that when you speak, it lands, because that is just not the case. Ever been in a relationship? You're both trying to go the same way, but you're speaking 2 different languages and it's not connected, right? Connection is currency. We need the connection. So it's like, okay, so what I'm hearing you say is you want to make $500,000 in 2023 so that you've got your brick and mortar business doing 500, you want to do 500 in your online business. Great. Why is that important to you, Holly? Holly says, well, because I'm getting to an age where I want to be able to sell my brick and mortar practice and I want to keep the online. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Italy and I want to live in the Amalfi Coast. And I'm kind of giving my vision here, right? But it's like, I want to live in Italy. I want to live in the Amalfi Coast. And I really want my grandchildren to come there every summer. So now I have an emotion. Do you see how I was looking for something deep, right? Not just I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight because I'm getting married in March. I want to manage my diabetes and so that I can, live for a long time for my children, right? I want to I want to learn how to be phenomenal in dating. Like I want to find my husband or find my wife because I don't want to spend my life alone. You know what mine was? I didn't want to miss the opportunity to have Christmases, Easters, and Thanksgiving with children at the table. Like you can't prioritize for someone else. They tell you. So then I hold the tension immediately. I go, well, Holly, what's stopping you from having that? I don't say, Holly, what's stopping you from making $500,000 and going to the mafia? You don't want it. The more words you say, the more you dilute it, right? So it's like, what's stopping you from creating that? Well, I don't know how to build an online business, or well, I don't have enough clients online, or well, I don't know how to create an online course. It doesn't matter what she says. It's her opportunity to hear herself say it. It's my opportunity to know I need to solve that problem. Now, I might not think it's a great move for her to do an online course. It's not really where I'm going to go in this conversation because it's a sales conversation. You're in a framework, right? When she gets inside the community, that's where I can start saying, hey, listen, we can give you this module meant to be live. We can show you how to build an online course. By the way, I teach it in 20 minutes. Imagine not having to sit through freaking 6 hours on how to create an online course. Like I teach it in literally 20 minutes. It's that easy. Okay. And so you can go study that. However, my opinion is that if you start with the online course, you're going to put yourself in a position where you've got no buyers, right? And so then I will start to bring out my framework. All of you guys have a framework. If you don't have a framework, you just maybe haven't. You're undervaluing like your process of losing weight, or your process of running a great marriage, or your process of meditating or hearing from God, whatever it is that you do, right? Like your process of healing diabetes, or you guys get it, right? Your process in finding great homes at great deals. Like you have a process. Everybody does. And so when you start giving your opinion, this is where leadership comes in. Because if you don't have an opinion, a lot of people start just talking about their product or their service here. And this is a big mistake because you're not even on your product or service right there. People start to sell too early. This is leadership. You need to demonstrate your mind. You need to demonstrate your experience. You need to demonstrate that you listen. Okay, so what are you saying here? Listening is the supporter, right? Your mind is the analyzer. Your experience is where a controller comes in. Do you see this? Like you cannot get outside yourself. You have to get strong leadership. Otherwise, sales falls apart. And you wonder why the income goes like this. Because if you're like a controller and the only thing you could do is work with people who are promoters because they'll listen to you and let you lead them with authority, then you have such a small percentage of the difference you can make in the world, which also equates to your money. Money comes to value. The value you provide for other people will be the value that is in your bank account. You hear me? Some of you guys need to write that down. The value that you provide for other people is the value that's in your bank account. So if you're out there just giving, and you're never making an offer, then you're not style flexing into your driver, into your controller. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I give so much. Yeah, but you don't style flex and make an offer. A controller will tell you, here's my opinion. Here's what you should do. Here's what you should do in your life insurance. Here's what you should do in real estate, and here's why. Here's what you should do in your fitness, and here's why, right? Here's what you should do in your marriage, and here's why. Here's what you should do in, whatever, in your parenting, and here's why. If you just sit there, I fired a trainer because of the fact that every time I showed up to the gym or outside at the park to work with her, she asked me, what do you feel like doing today? I'm like, BI, you know what, right? It's like, you guys can finish the spelling, right? Tammy, you got your little girl there, so I'm not going to say it. But, I'm like, Like, I pay you to make decisions. That's why I pay you. If I went to my financial advisors and they're like, Shanda, how do you feel? I'm like, here's what I want. Here's why I want it. Here's what I think some of the things are that I'm facing that cause me to not have that yet. Great, here's some opinions that I have for you, Shanda. I think you should diversify and do this, right? Or whatever it is. Now I can make a decision. They should ask me at that point, what did you like about what I just said? Another way in leadership training we always say is you say to someone, what did you hear me just say? If you watch frameworks of moving somebody to success, they're all the same. Why are you not following them yet? Because if you want consistent results in your life, you got to follow these frameworks. You can't just listen to them and then just go to the next Facebook Live or buy the next product or program and like wonder why you're not getting the result. You're not getting the results because your leadership is messed up. It needs to be taken care of. Take HCL, go to joinhclnow.com. Sorry to be so blunt about this, but go be the success story in Russell Brunson's program, in Brendon Burchard's program, Suzanne Evans' program. Like, go be our success stories and Mentoring Live. Like, wherever you go be at the top of the community. Go be at the top of the mastermind. Go be that. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. In 4 months, you can shift all of that. Do you guys get, you can prove to yourself that you can have $100,000 summer. You can prove to yourself that you can have a great relationship. You can prove to yourself there are lots of people who want to buy from you. Can you have the courage? Can you have the courage to follow through and not just start things? So you can't go into leadership and not finish, because then you can't be a graduate. And I'm telling you, 99% of our clients become graduates. Everybody finishes, but 99% become graduates, which means they hit their target. You need to give opinions. And these opinions better take this into account. If you're not listening to what they want and why they want it and what's stopping them and building your opinion off of that, then you're going to lose the sale. And I see it all the time, because you got to rewatch this, because what you're going to try and do here is start talking about your workout program or your real estate, whatever, like a building that you think people should buy in, or the real estate, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to talk about your product and service. That's not where you do it. You give you're demonstrating you heard them, and you're demonstrating you can solve their problem. And if you do this, you're great to go. But you can't do this unless you hear this well. You hear what I'm saying? So now you say, what'd you like about what I just said? They tell you. Now you know what they heard. That was their biggest priority. You need to know that was their priority. Do you get what I'm saying? What they took from whatever you said, that was what was most important to them. People buy off priorities. If you want people to stop saying, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time, or I got to ask my husband or my wife. You guys, none of you guys have to ask your husband and wife. None of you. Listen to me for a second. None of you and none of your clients do. Do you know why we have to ask our husband or wife? Because we're not certain we want to do it yet. We're still in indecisiveness. We still have a processing problem. We got a commitment problem. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like, this is what you're facing when you go out there. And there is a whole group of people who hang out together that have to ask their spouses. Now, that's not me saying go against your spouse. So let me be clear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a big difference in going, hey, Carrie, can I just, like, what do you think? I really want to do this workout. I want to hire this workout trainer, or I really want to take this trip to Italy or whatever. But like, what do you think? And Carrie's like, I wasn't on that Facebook Live with Shanda. I wasn't on that Facebook Live with Elizabeth. I wasn't on that phone call. I wasn't at that event. Are you guys following me here? Like, the person they're going to ask has no context. They have no understanding of what you had with the client, customer, or the event, or what they have with our experience on Shanda On Demand. Do you know what I mean? Like, they weren't here. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So what's the difference? Because it's not it's not lying to them. And I know some people have to walk that walk. It's in their leadership. I've seen it. Like I've seen it. And I'm not bashing you or anything, but I'm just saying as your leadership gets stronger, you'll be able to go to those people and be like, listen, because I'm telling you, guilt is a way the devil gets in. When you feel guilty, it is a strong arm for the devil to get in and start messing with you. You don't want to open any doors in your atmosphere. You want to close that stuff out, right? So I'd much prefer the supporters or the indecisiveness, the unhealthiness of making a decision where you're processing. So don't say like, that's just me, I need to process. No, that is money loves speed, so you must not love money. Well, you shouldn't love money, but you get what I'm saying. Make it, right? Like it's like you're not going to be able to develop cash by smarts. It's not smart that gets cash, it's speed. Somebody needs to write that down. I need to do a shirt on that. It's not smart that gets cash, it's speed. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, listen to anybody who teaches about social media growth. They'll say, just do frequency, 2 or 3 times a day post. But nobody listens. No, but you don't know. It's kind of like the Bible says, he's working even when you don't see him, right? It's like, it's working. It's just, you might not see it. Stop being, it's like our son, we asked, he wants these toys last night. And he said, can I have these toys? And we're like, yeah, what do you want? How do you want to create them? We don't say earn because we don't want him to earn anything. Like, how are you going to create the money for it? Okay, well, can I give you a foot massage? No, because foot massages, like, they're like 5 minutes, like 2, right? I'm like, no, and I don't even like foot massages. So I'm like, no. And so he goes, okay, I'll do my workouts every day for a week. I was like, you're already on that plan. You're on a 30-day plan right now for abs. My 8-year-old wants abs. And so he literally stood in front of the mirror yesterday. He pulls up my shirt, pulls up his, he goes, I think my abs are better than yours, Mom. I was like, they should be. You're 8. You know what I mean? But now I'm gonna have to beat him on the abs. So I'm going toe to toe with him. So we said, well, and we're testing him. We're like, and this is what I mean by the frequency. Money loves speed, that speed. So I want to make sure that you're following what I'm saying right now. So we said to Zach last night, we said, his dad said, he said, you can have 2 toys, 2 of these Bakugan toys in a week, or you can wait 30 days and you can have 8. Because, well, how about I get 2 and then I do some sort of discipline for a month and then I get 8. We're like, no, you either get 2 or you go 30 days and get 8. Fine, I'll do 30 days and I'll get 8. That was the right move. That was the right move, right? It was absolutely the right move. And if he would have chose the other, he would have got the 2 toys, but then we would have rubbed it in. And because I'd want him to feel the pain of not having the other ones. Like I would have ordered the other ones and given it to his friend Ryder. Like I'd have him do it. And you might think that's like evil or tough or whatever, but like, no, I want him to see the power of delayed gratification and the power of working for something. I'm telling you, I would have given up on this second baby 4 years ago. I thought I had 1 year in me. It's been 5.5 or 6. You know what I mean? And I'm still going strong. I've fallen off for like, let's say 2 months at a time where I started drinking the wine and, doing all of that and then like get back on rigorous again, right? So like when everybody's drinking and doing what they're doing, I'm not. I'm drinking, I'm drinking water or I'm drinking something without sugar in it. And I am going to get in the best shape of my life just in time to be preggers by the summer. Right. And so you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you don't know how long the road is to get there, but you cannot give up. Because if you do, then you will keep restarting with a new goal. Okay. So marriages can work. Fitness can be in amazing shape. Money can flow. Money is easy to make. It is easy to make. And eventually you have to create systems to make sure you can keep it, right? Like keep it and grow it. But it is actually easy to make. That is not the hard part, right? And I can show you how to do that. But if you don't follow through, this is why I keep pushing leadership. joinhclnow.com. Because I'm like, at what point, how many times do I have to say it to get somebody to trust themselves, the program, because it's not working without it? Do you get what I'm saying? Yes? And we're closing that down. You're going to battle that. So if you want people to stop saying, I'm going to check with my spouse, or I'm going to do this, you want somebody to be so enrolled when they talk to you, they go, you know what, Ash, I've got to do this. You know what I mean? It's like Puerto Rico. He's like, we are not moving to Puerto Rico. I'm like, I got to give it a shot. Can you at least just come on a week vacation and look at homes? What am I doing? What's stopping him? He told me what it was. I know exactly what it was, right? And I couldn't figure out how to solve it. I had no opinion for it, which means the sale stops there. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Is this helping at all? So it means the sale stops there. So until you can give an opinion that is not your product, it's not my vision to move to Puerto Rico, or my vision to hire the fitness trainer, or my vision to hire the business coach, or my vision to go into HCL, right? This isn't even on the table till you can do this. And what many of you guys do that do have a challenge asking your spouse to do something, or your boss to take time off, it's all the same. Do you see how powerful it is to get your leadership to be able to land communication? You can move. You can actually move. Like, oh my gosh, what it's like to live in stuck energy. That's you. It's not your spouse. It's not your boss. It's not anything. I had a freaking employee do hardcore leadership, and they enrolled me to open up my virtual assistant company. I had no interest in opening up a virtual assistant company, and she enrolled my ass, right? She enrolled me. She knows this. She has the leadership to follow through. She just kept coming at me. Here's the proposal. Here's what I'll promise. And then, by the way, she quit and went back to school, and now she's back again. I just found out from our strong number 2 over in that company, said she's back. I'm like, oh, I love that she's back. Like, she started it in the first place. I love that she's back, right? So what do you want? Why? What's stopping you? They'll give you 1 to 2. It's almost always 2, right? It's like they've got their excuse and then their backup excuse, but that's the reality. Give your opinion. Ask them, what did you like about what I just said? This is your offer. So you got to transition on that. And a great transition, what do you like about what I just said? Well, I like blah, 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 blah. Do not comment on that. Just hold the tension. Okay, so if you comment, you're going to break the tension. So let them tell you, and then say, so what I would recommend is that you do my fitness program, and here's why. And you tell them the vision, which is yesterday's training, and then you just say the bullets to your program. So what many of you guys do is you say, so like if I did hardcore leadership, right? What did you like about what I just said? Okay, so here's what I know for sure. You're going to need help to go to the next level. And if you haven't been able to follow through or hit your target, this is a non-negotiable. This is your security blanket. And so my vision is that entrepreneurs are empowered, or that you're empowered, that you can make daily income, end-of-day income all the time, that your relationships at home are working, that if you're single, that you're able to get into a relationship and you stop looking at hard as a problem, that you're able to follow through and lead. And I know you can do it because we have 99% of our clients in this program. Over the last 3 years, not the last 6 months, over the last 3 years, 99% of our clients have gotten the results. It's a pretty darn strong, compelling case on why you're going to be safe in that program. How we deliver, so this is your bullets. See, many of you guys start with the bullets. I got 3 coaching sessions a month, or I've got whatever. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that. You start with the vision, which is yesterday's training, and you say, we have a vision training, which is in our hardcore leadership. We have a 3-day vision training. It's on Zoom, it's virtual. You can do it from anywhere in the world. And then we've got a breakthrough training, which is 4 days, usually 2 weeks or a week and a half later. Then we have the 3rd section to the program, which is practice. See what I'm doing? You just do that. You put your bullets. Practice, by the way, for you guys who don't know, that's where you put up the target and test the vision workshop, the breakthrough workshop, and you see, does this program really have wheels? Like, can you get me to engage like that in my life? And the answer is yes. So that being said, with that program today, y'all, we are still giving our list building program, which is April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm training that twice next month. So you have the option to do either workshop. Plus we'll give you the home study program with HCL. We're closing down this offer right now. I hope that this helped. where this can show you how to just follow the framework. Don't get weird on sales, just follow the framework, and do not be afraid to keep making the offer. I've demonstrated that since last Wednesday on this offer, which will go away today at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're going to close down the leadership offer. It's 52% off right now. Don't be crazy, not do it. You know, if you need it, trust yourself. Beg the people in your life that don't trust you to trust you, but do whatever you have to do if you need to get the payment plan, and I'll finance it for you. But whatever you do, don't miss this opportunity, because I'm telling you, it's the reason why I have the unleashing in my life to create the results that I want. It is, I don't know. It's your security blanket, in my opinion. So, because if you can't get yourself to do what you need to do, you need to handle that before you even take another course. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just need to handle that part. So you show up anywhere and create the results. So re-listen to this. Oh, the E. Somebody said, what's the E? Excellent. What credit card would you like to put this on? Excellent. What credit card would you like to put this on? That's all the E. So many people don't do that. Excellent. What credit card would you like to put this on? And so many people just don't do that. So thank you. I almost missed the E. Super important to ask for the sale. Okay. Awesome, my friends. So rest of the month, Shanda on Demand's next week. Normally I'm dark the last week of every month, but I'm going to go live because there's a bunch of you guys on Zoom with me, and I'm going to love you up for next week. However, if you do have questions for us, you can always comment in the comment section. Ask us any questions about hardcore leadership if you need them, but we will be back on Monday, just not having this offer. We'll just straight go through Shanda on Demand next week. And I hope the last couple of weeks have been really successful for you. I've seen some great results. So trust yourself in your ability to follow through on things, and just review it if you need to review it. There's so much gold in this. And if you obsessed over this for the next 60 days, it really blessed the rest of your year. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon.